is Growth School for Service Providers podcast. I'm your host Ali Salman, and this podcast is brought to you by Rapid Boost Marketing, online marketing for service providers. Are you a dentist, realtor, lawyer, accountant? Do you provide services locally? Then this podcast is for you. Here we share strategies, tricks, and techniques on how to generate more leads and sales using online marketing. Join us every day for 5 minutes and take away strategies which you can apply in your business. Welcome to episode 149, and today we are talking about ad blockers and future of display advertising. I'm sure, if I ask any one of our listeners that have you been annoyed by a display ad? Have you been annoyed by any kind of advertising online? And I'm sure you will say yes. I'm sure a lot of you probably have ad block extensions like uBlock or ad block, which basically block all the advertisements and you don't have to see that. And we know that that 144 million people in the world, IBM did that case study that they are using ad blockers in 2015, and this number has increased time over time. But there's a huge problem. The problem is that Google gets 90% of its revenue from ads, and Facebook is similar thing. A lot of majority of their income, which is 75% plus, comes from uh, ads, right? So it's it's big business. They won't let the ads go away that easily. And also ads are an impressive way for businesses, for entrepreneurs, for marketers out there to reach to their proper audience. But we are clearly seeing that people are blocking ads, and in fact today Chrome announced that there's actually a native ad blocker which is built in, which is kind of unusual, and we'll talk about that. But let's talk about why people are actually blocking ads. 73% of them block ads because they're interruptive. They are 55% of blocking because it's annoying. 54% are blocking because basically it slows down their user experience and whatever they are doing. 46% are blocking because they are irrelevant. And 31% 31% block because they have a privacy concern. And it's very clear that when the ads are irrelevant, people hate it. But when the ads are relevant, when they target the right people at the right time with the right offer, people love it. So there's a varying degrees of there's two different variations here. That the reason people are blocking the ads and display ads and banner ads and pop-ups because they're irrelevant, they're interruptive. But on the other hand, when display advertising and this kind of banner advertising done really really well, people appreciate that too. So Adobe did a case study, and they said that 38% of US consumers are saying that online ad experience in last 2 years it has improved, right? And so we clearly know that last couple of years industry realized that that's a huge problem. And people are installing ad blockers. Google and these publishers are losing a lot of money. I think I read somewhere that Google lost $6 billion in revenue. Now they cannot afford to do that. So this is what they are going towards, and this is where we see the future is going. So what Google did, Google recently announced ad blocker, which is very unusual. It's not an ad blocker. It doesn't remove all the ads from the website, but rather what it does is basically it's trying to understand that what kind of ads you want to see. And so idea is that internet and what you're browsing is more friendly to you, and the content you're consuming is more friendly, rather than you're seeing random ads which are irrelevant to you. So The ad blocker is basically not an ad blocker, it's more like a curator. You tell it that what kind of content, what kind of ads you would like to see, or you can block certain kind of publishers or ads, but the intention is to not completely block the ads. Now, we also know that, like, publishers are working with a company they're working with companies like EYEO, IO, and the whole idea is to, like, whitelist them. So these publishers are trying hard. Like, what do publishers mean? Publishers mean, like, let's say CNN.com, or like in all the third party websites, ESPN website, all these websites, they're trying to basically whitelist them. So they're working really hard in order to basically, like, not not get in the trap where they're also getting their ads blocked by users. So now, where we see it going, that banner and pop-up ads will fade away, yes, but we will see more of a native ads, right, which looks similar to the editorial content which is being produced. Now, there will be some design features and things like that which will going to distinguish this, but idea is that the advertisement, the whole uh, like where we are going with this is the future is about, like, the proper curation of paid media. And, like, it's the goal of the industry is the ads will be so carefully disguised that a well trained eye will be needed to tell the difference between sponsored and original content. So as a business owners, what you should be doing, you should be basically focusing on highly relevant targeting. You shouldn't be just running a display ad campaign. You should be focusing on retargeting campaigns, and you should be basically, anytime you're buying paid media online, your targeting has to be very relevant and very accurate, because if it's not, you're basically, like, throwing money in the dustbin. I'll catch you tomorrow bright and early in another episode. Have a good day. Hey, thank you so much for joining me today. If you want to listen to previous episodes, go to rapidboostmarketing.com/grow. Again, I'll repeat that, rapidboostmarketing.com/grow. I'll catch you tomorrow bright and early with another business growth lesson. Have a good day. Take care. Bye bye.